Hi friends, this is Selvajan here. Welcome to my networking channel. Hope all are doing good. And today the topic I'm going to discuss about MPLS. So MPLS is a multi-protocol label switching, which is a layer 2 switching technology which forwards a packet based on the labels, and it works on the principle of CEF, what we call it as a Cisco Express Forwarding. So which contains two planes. One is a control plane or the layer 3 engine. Another one is data plane or a layer 3 forwarding engine. So the control plane is used for exchanging the routing and the label information. So the routing information is exchanged using the routing protocol, and the label information we are exchanged between the router using the label distribution protocol. And it will maintain all the information a base called LIB. So LIB works at the control plane. That's a label information base. Once the LIB is built, automatically using that information, it build a layer 3 forwarding information, that is LFIB. So here the LFIB works at the data plane, which is used for forwarding the label packet. So first what it does exactly, it will build the control plane, right? It will build the LIB, that is a label information base, and based on that information, it will build the LFIB, that is a label forwarding information base, which is used for forwarding the label packet. So this is FIB is nothing but it is used for forwarding the unlabeled packet, right? So that is the difference between FIB and LFIB. FIB is used for forwarding a unlabeled packet, and LFIB is used for forwarding the labeled packet. So in case of FIB, this routing table will be repopulated into FIB, and in case of label, this LIB, right, label information base at the control plane, it will be again repopulated into a LFIB, that is a label forwarding information base. So using this LIB, it will rebuild this LFIB, which works at the data plane. So based on that information, it will forward the packet based on the label information, right? So that is the purpose of MPLS. So it will use this information to forward the packet. So let us see the MPLS architecture. So this is an architecture where it contains PE1, P and PE2. So this is a customer edge router which is placed at the customer premises. PE1 is a provider edge router which is at the provider end, right? So that is the only difference. And this customer edge router don't have any knowledge of MPLS. So this three routers are collectively called the MPLS routers. One is PE1. So P is the provider core router which sits in between the PE1 and PE2. So this is a P is a provider core router which sits in between PE1 and PE2 router, and P is nothing but a provider edge router which is at the provider end. C is a customer edge router which is at the customer premises which don't have any knowledge of MPLS. So now let us see the MPLS router and how it works exactly. So from this customer edge router, it will send the packet. So the packet will be routed from the customer edge router to this provider edge router. And at this transmitting end, it will impose a label or it will push a label, what we call it as a label imposition or a label push. So the label push is done by the label edge router. So these two router we call it as a label edge router. So it will perform the label push, and it will this label packet will be sent to this core router, what we call it as a provider router, and this will perform a label swap. Say this label is 16, it will swap the label from 16 to 17. So again this label packet will be sent from this provider core router to this provider edge router. And this is the receiving end router, right? So at the receiving end, it again will pop or remove the label. So what is remaining? Only the packet is remaining. Then it will send only the unlabeled packet to this customer edge router. So this CE1 will send a unlabeled packet, and also CE2 will receive the unlabeled packet. So only at the MPLS backbone we are using the label, and that information is used. Based on this information, it will forward the packet. So that is the main purpose of MPLS. So that's the thing I explained here. One is LSR. So LSR is nothing but a label switch router. So these three collectively called as a LSR router. So one performs a label push, this performs a label swap, and PE2 performs a label pop. So these three mechanisms are collectively called as a label switch router, which is used for switching the labels between the routers. So what is LER? LER already told PE1 and PE2 what we call it as a LER. So LER label edge router at the transmitting end is used for pushing the label, and LER at the receiving end is used for removing or popping the label. So that is the purpose of label edge router. And what is ingress ELSR and egress ELSR? So these both are doing the same thing. Only difference is ingress at the transmitting end will be adding the label. Egress ELSR at the receiving end will be removing or popping the label. So that is the only difference you have to understand about this MPLS router. And these are three mechanisms already told. One is a label push, which will be impose or push the label onto the packet, and it will send the label packet. So here they will perform the label swap, and at that receiving end, it will do a label pop. So these are the three mechanism of MPLS. And the process in which the label is distributed to other router, what we call it as an LDP. That is a label distribution protocol, which is used for distributing or advertising the labels. So once the labels are advertised, it will build a base called LIB. I already told it's a label information base, which contain all the label information, which is works at the control plane. So at the data plane, we always use as a forwarding plane. So using this LIB, it will build a LFIB. So if you're doing a show MPLS forwarding table, you can see all the label information and the corresponding prefix information. So based on that information, it will forward the packet based on the label. So that LFIB is used for forwarding plane, right? So it works at the forwarding plane. So these are the key points you have to keep it in mind about MPLS. So on a overview, it works on the principle of CEF, right? Cisco Express Forwarding. So now let us see the process. This I already discussed. An unlabeled packet will be sent from CE1 to provider edge router. This is customer edge router. And then it will prepend the label. So the label is pushed or imposed on the prefix. And it will send to this label packet will be sent from the provider edge router to this provider core router. This core router will perform the label swap, say from label 32 to label 39. And again this label packet will be sent to PE2 router. So this is nothing but a provider edge router at the receiving end, which will pop the label and it will send the packet to a CE2 router. So the point to note is first it will send an unlabeled packet, and also at the receiving end, the CE2 will receive the unlabeled packet, right? So that's the thing you have to keep it in mind. So now let us see the MPLS process in overview. So what does first the edge LSR, that is the LER, right? Label edge router receives the unlabeled packet from the customer edge router. First, it will always perform the routing lookup. So at the LER always perform the routing lookup and it will check whether the next hop. So if the next hop is destined for MPLS, then what happen? It will insert the label. So that is the reason I told. First, it will check it is an MPLS. So if customer edge router will send the packet to PE1. So PE1 will always check whether it is destined for a MPLS. So since it is destined for the MPLS network, it will insert the label and it will send it to provider core router. That is a core LSR. So the core LSR will not perform a routing lookup, but instead it will check on the label information. So it always rely on the label information, and based on the label information, it will forward the packet. So these are the key points you have to understand about MPLS. So I hope you enjoy this video. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe for more videos. Thanks and have a wonderful day. Thank you.